Hey folks, this is Jay again. Just finished up my second day at Tactical Response. Finished up fighting pistol today. Just to reiterate the things that I've said so far, fantastic instruction, fantastic curriculum. Every single point was on topic. This morning we spent the day listening to Jaeger's presentation on mindset, which was spot on and fascinating, and really kind of drove home some concepts that had been rolling around in my mind. I had gotten, I've been watching some stuff about John Lovell from the Warrior Poet Society, and he mentioned a couple books by Lieutenant Colonel Grossman. They are On Killing and On Combat, and I just finished On Killing and about 6-7 chapters deep into On Combat. And a lot of that psychological piece is the piece that I think that most people are missing, right? Most people understand the process of shooting a gun. Even if they've never fired a gun, they've seen enough BS on the news to understand, oh, you point it in that direction and pull the trigger, right? So then there's tactics and there's skill and there's gear, but the number one thing is mindset. Without the mindset to be a warrior, it doesn't matter. And that was one of the things that they drove home today, is how do you take that warrior mindset and find yourself in a situation where you've got to perhaps do something that is maybe unorthodox. A warrior's going to jump onto that opportunity because the warrior's going to see that as an opportunity to save lives, to stand in the gap, a different way to stand in the gap. And that is what being a warrior is all about, is finding those places where somebody needs to stand in the gap and then taking up that responsibility. And they really kind of drove that home today. I think that they'll be the first ones to say, look, we're not here to teach you marksmanship. We're here to teach good guys how to kill bad guys. It's one of their slogans, right? And that's exactly what they're there to do. Accuracy, absolutely, something to work on. But you have to work on it under stress. You have to get your heart rate up. One of the reasons guys use timers is it puts pressure on people, right? Pat Mack will go out and do exercises, get his heart rate up, and then force himself to calm down to make the shot. Those are things that we all need to be encompassing. And what I walked away from today with is that, you know, again, I think I mentioned this in yesterday's video. I've been shooting since I was a child. My dad took me hunting for the first time when I was in like 2nd grade. Been shooting ever since. 10 years in the Marine Corps, Desert Storm, Desert Shield, blah, blah, blah. But if you don't practice the art, then it will perish. Your skills will diminish. So that's one thing. The other thing that I'm walking away from this with is that if you lead a martial lifestyle, or if you are interested, excuse me, in leading the martial lifestyle, right? There's a really good concept and really good model on how to get the word out, right? And it's called church. And I'm not trying to say that going to school of tactical response is religion or anything like that. But if you look at the concept of how Christianity spread, right? You had one dude, Christ. He had an idea, comes down, he's the Son of God. He says, look, this is what I got to do, right? I need some help doing it. I got my 12 main dudes, the apostles. They're going to help me figure all this out, and they're going to help me do all of this work, right? And so he gets the apostles trained up, and then what's the last thing he tells them to do is, now take this information and just, you know, hang out here in Jerusalem. Don't tell anybody about it. No, that's not what he said. What he said was, take this information now and go preach it to the masses. So for everybody out there that may be watching this, and maybe you're a Jaeger hater, there's plenty of them out there. Maybe you're a Jaegerite. There's plenty of them out there too. At the end of the day, there wasn't a single piece of instruction that I received that I thought was faulty in any facet. Not a single facet of the information that was laid out, and this is with 30 years of firearms experience, nothing that they said was faulty. Not a single point was faulty. You may not like the style of presentation, you may not like maybe the curriculum, but at the end of the day, every single thing they put out was rock freaking solid. So if you're a hater, keep on hating. And you can spread the word too about how awful it is. And those, 0.0001% of the people out there who have a mindset to be good at this, then they'll say, hey, maybe that's something I need to check out. What is all the hype about? Why is everybody going crazy? Let me go laugh at James Yeager and his bunch of puppets. And then you go and you look at the video and you're like, oh, okay. Maybe this guy's really got something to say. Maybe, just maybe, they might know something. So you drop your cash, put your money where your mouth is, and you go down and take the class. At the end of class, if you don't think you got out of it what you wanted, all you got to do is step up and say, you know what, y'all suck. They'll give you your money back. So it's 100% satisfaction, money back guarantee. The thing to take away from that is that if you believe in this lifestyle, if you believe that this is something that everybody needs, or at least everybody that carries a firearm needs, then go preach. Put the word out there. Go tell people, look, maybe you can't go to Yeager because you're too far away and you don't have the money, all of which I think are BS. I saved up for like 4 years to get here. But if you're not going to go to him, find somebody else reputable and go to them. If you think that buying a gun and getting your CCW, getting your license to stick it in your belt and carry it is the end of the story, you're the guy that doesn't need a gun, because that's not the end of the story. That's just the beginning of the story. Now you've got to take that information and go get trained, not just on how to shoot, but how to fight. And what are the ramifications of doing it? The psychological impact, the financial impact, and you need to measure the cost and make it happen. That's what I took away from this class today. Great drills, great fundamentals, great concepts, great instructors, great assistants out there helping. They have alumni that come out and help them. They did a fantastic job. Everybody gets it, and they do a fantastic job of presenting it. Don was fantastic. Tim was fantastic. Jerry was fantastic. All the assistants were fantastic. So, again, if you got a chance, take the training. It's well worth your money. And with that said, tomorrow's a new day. We start on the next piece, which I believe is Advanced Fighting Pistol. No idea what's in store for me on that, but I am excited to go through it. I want to be put through the ringer, and I want to be given an opportunity to get stressed out over it and overcome that stuff. So we'll give you guys an update then. Talk at you later.